So many of us with diabetes grab a bowl of oats in the morning, thinking, hey, this is the perfect healthy start to my day. But what if that very breakfast is the secret reason your sugar readings are all over the place? It's confusing, right? Well, today, we're going to get a doctor's clear take on it. Let's jump right in.
It is just so frustrating. You do everything you're supposed to, you pick the food that's labeled healthy, and then your glucose monitor just tells you a completely different story. So if you've ever stared at your meter and wondered why that innocent bowl of oatmeal sent your sugar soaring, trust me, you are not the only one. And listen to this quote, because it really hits the nail on the head. This isn't just you or a few other people. In actual clinical practice, oats are a top offender for high morning sugar. So you see, the real question isn't whether oats are good or bad. It's all about understanding how to eat them, when to eat them, and who they're really right for. Okay, so let's get one thing crystal clear right from the start. Oats are a carbohydrate, period. They are not some magic food that's going to lower your blood sugar. Yes, they have that awesome beta-glucan fiber, which is great because it can slow down how fast sugar hits your system, but they will still raise your blood sugar. They have to. Now this is where things start to get really important. You see the word oats on a package, but what's inside can be wildly different. And the type you choose, well, that is one of the biggest factors in how your body is going to respond.
Just look at the difference here. On one end of the spectrum, you've got steel-cut oats. They're tough, they're minimally processed, and your body digests them slowly. That means a much gentler, smaller sugar spike. They're your best bet. Then in the middle, you have rolled oats, which are okay. But then you get to the other side, instant or flavored oats. These are processed so much that they digest super fast, kind of like a bowl of sugar, causing a really sharp spike. Not good.
All right, here is a super simple rule of thumb you can use. I call it the 5-minute cooking rule. Go look at the oats in your kitchen right now. If the instructions say they cook in less than 5 minutes, that's a huge red flag. It's a dead giveaway that they're highly processed and are probably going to spike your glucose.
So, does this mean you have to banish oats from your life forever? No, not at all. It just means you have to be smart about it. There's a framework, and if you follow it, you can eat oats safely. Let's break down the 3 essential rules that make all the difference.
It all boils down to these 3 things: portion, pairing, and timing. Seriously, if you get these 3 right, you have a really good shot at making oats work for you. But if you get even one of them wrong, you're likely heading for a sugar spike. Let's start with portion because, honestly, this one is non-negotiable. We are talking about 30 to 40 grams of dry oats. I know, that looks tiny before you cook it, but you have to remember, a big bowl of oatmeal is basically the same as a big bowl of rice to your metabolism. Portion size is everything. And that brings us to rule number 2, and it's a big one. You should never eat your oats all by themselves. A bowl of plain oats, even if it's the right portion, is just a straight shot of carbs hitting your system with nothing to slow it down. It's a recipe for a glucose spike. So what's the fix? It's pretty simple, actually. You have to pair those oats with good proteins and healthy fats. And look at these examples. They're so easy. Stir in some plain curd, throw in a handful of nuts and seeds. You could even have some paneer, tofu, or a couple of eggs on the side. This simple step changes everything by slowing that digestion way down. And finally, we have rule 3, timing. Think about it. Your body is just more ready to handle carbs in the morning. Your insulin sensitivity is at its peak. So breakfast or right after a workout, that's the best time. But eating a big bowl of carbs late at night when your body is winding down, that's really just asking for trouble. Okay, we've gone over the rules, but the million-dollar question is still, are oats actually a good choice for you right now in your health journey? It's personal, so let's go through a quick checklist to help you figure that out. Okay, take a look at this. On the left, we have the green flags. If you're pretty active, your diabetes is generally well controlled, and maybe you're using oats to replace something worse, like sugary cereal, they might work great for you. But look at the red flags on the right. If your HbA1c is high, if you're already getting those big spikes after breakfast, or you have high triglycerides, you need to be super careful with oats. All right, let's pull all of this together into one final simple plan. This is your playbook. This is how you make oats work for you, not against you. Here it is, your 5-step action plan. 1. Ditch the instant stuff. Choose steel-cut or rolled oats only. 2. Actually measure out that 30 to 40 gram dry portion. 3. Always, and I mean always, pair it with protein and fat. 4, and this is maybe the most important, check your sugar after you eat.
See how your body is actually handling it. And 5, don't get stuck in a rut. Rotate your breakfasts.
And let's just quickly bust some myths that trip people up all the time. No, oats do not magically lower your blood sugar. They are not a free food you can eat in unlimited amounts. Instant oats are not a healthy shortcut, period. And please, be careful with those giant sugary oatmeal bowls you see online. They look pretty, but they're often a disaster for blood sugar.
So after all that, what's the final verdict? It's this. Oats are what we'd call conditionally safe. They're not a superfood, and they're not poison. They're a tool. And whether that tool helps you or hurts you depends entirely on how you use it. It's all in your hands.
And I want to leave you with this last thought, because it is so incredibly empowering. The marketing on a food box doesn't control your diabetes. The most honest, truthful piece of information you can get is from your own glucose meter. Food labels don't run the show, your metabolism does. So what is it telling you?